Kumbaya, 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 kumbaya.
Come by here, y'all. The time is an essence. They hear it in our message. You have revealed to us the blessing that comes after the testing. Toda, y'all. Toda, y'all. We are waiting on the Exodus, praying for the rest of us. It shall be greater than the first, for the captivity is the worst. Come by here, y'all. You are our strong tower, for we know not the hour. You are our power, our enemies you devour. Come by here, y'all, in the time of darkness. The world is heartless, missing kids on carton. Who would have thought this? Come by here, y'all. You are in control. You got the nations on hold. The wicked must fold. The story is told from the times of old. Yaakov got next. You can find us in the text. We're the apple of your eye, and our God don't lie. They desire to consume us, but we did not die. Come by here, y'all. Come by here, y'all. Come by here, y'all. It's what we cry. You're the Elohim of our Father, from on high. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Save your people.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Please save your people. Save your people. Please save your people. We cry to you. Yeah. Please save your people. We cry out to you. Please save your people. Please save your people. Please save your people.
Oh, it's time. Okay. Yo. Yo, slow down, could never catch up with a fast mouth. Where you're humble on the sleeve and it'll pass down. Into rebellion when them holes open in the ground. There's just some things I don't never want to find out. So back, 50 feet, I'll never be around. Juggling foolishness, I used to try and be a clown. Rapping love for my brother's best gift in town. Shout out the mainframe for teaching us what it's about. Big Mo, Nate Line in the building now. We built a funeral to tell the old man out. Give a shout, raise your hand, stomp it out. Whatever make it better, that's the mission that I'm on. Truly righteous living, carve a path to the throne. Ruach in my members, put a fire in my bones. Spirit in my house, put me in a zone. Run a marathon till we get home.
No more in fighting. It's just time to grow.
Let's go.
I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.
Our brother supposed to feel when you beat him up. Stepping on him, make him feel inferior. Enough breaking down, it's time for the lifting up. Purpose of the book is working on interior. Return of the people, put it on the video. Pray and prophesy, we do it on the really though. There's a bunch of people scared, we serving Yado. They can't understand they took it for Diablo. We do it L's way, ain't talking about no Bronco. Because of that, he got us covered like a poncho. Hallelujah, praise Yah when I ride slow. I'm just making music for the people on the humble. We remember Saul, y'all pause on this whole view. Just like that, cause seen the evil to control you. Either let them mold you or y'all might expose you. Fuse and implode cause you never killed the old
more
you.
in fighting. It's just time to grow. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.
I'm doing all that I can to be the best man. No hate, carry love for the brethren. Hope the crown is on our head once the race is ran. Into royalty and rule in a distant land. I'm a Shiach, I'm a follow, I'm a big fan. It's us from Rebirth, please say hello to Dad. I'm gonna repent every time life gives the chance. When you coming back?
No more in fighting. It's just time to grow.
Let's go, fam.
I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.
Shalom, 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 y'all. It's Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. Good to see y'all in there. Good to see everybody coming in. Definitely, as y'all can see by the title, we're definitely gonna have a good show today. I felt led to do this because I see what you're gonna find with this show here, and as you see by the title, finding your gift and your purpose. A lot of people are frustrated in their walk or in their life and discouraged. Feel this might be one of the reasons why you might feel hope, despair. There's people suffering from depression and stuff like that in this Hebrew Israelite walk. And what you're going to find is this is one of the main reasons. Not knowing your purpose or your gift. And I think something else that is going to be made very obvious is, okay, what you're going to find is a lot of people do know their gift, but they don't understand what it really means to walk in it. And when I bring that out, that's going to be very interesting. I want to let y'all know, because I didn't say this yesterday on the lesson I did yesterday, but this is a question-answer discussion. So it's not just going to really be me dictating stuff. I'm going to teach a little bit of stuff in the beginning, but it's not going to just be me dictating stuff. You're encouraged to put your questions in there. And you're encouraged to also put your, contribute to the conversation. Because I've been talking to a lot of people, and I say a lot of people, they don't know what their gift is, and some people kind of know what their gift is, but they don't understand what it really means to walk in it. So we're gonna get down to all that. But with that said, I want to say shalom to everybody watching. Shalom to Tony Poe, Palm, Joey. You're hooking on Yasha Allah in there. My man Malachi Gabar. Chana Eliana, I think I pronounced that right. Larry, good to see you in there. Everybody else watching, shalom to everybody watching over there on Facebook. On YouTube. Badadiah, good to see you in there. Daughter of Zion, shalom, good to see you in there. Veronica Brown, good to see you in there. Angela, shalom to you. Sonia, good to see you in there. Badadiah, good to see y'all watching. I see you in there. Elijah, I'm going to hit you up later today. I'll hit you up because we definitely got to catch up and chop it up, man. But that's my elder, Elijah. Good to see him in there watching. And then I got blood family in there. Shalom, Joseph. Good to see you in there. It's always good when family's watching, and all y'all family. But that's family from Jersey. Shalom to you. Levia, good to see you in there. Medina, good to see y'all in there. And this definitely gonna be an eye-opening show. You're definitely gonna get. We're gonna get some real understanding on what it really means to walk in these gifts, and what I'm seeking to do. I want to show you exactly where where the issue is at, like what might be holding you back, and I'm gonna show it to you clearly. Okay. Shalom, Deborah Swart. Good to see you in there, Leviah. Shalom to y'all. And I'm just letting everybody come in, let everybody get in there before we get going on this, because I want to answer your questions, because kind of starting it off, I'm gonna tell y'all this: a lot of people, their spiritual gift or their purpose. When I say purpose, where your career, which you might, the area you might need to be working, or what you might be needing to do in your life, all that stuff. A lot of it's right there in front of you. A lot of it's not some deep dark. A lot of it, there's huge clues in your life already of what you're supposed to be doing, but a lot of times we haven't looked at them. A lot of times we're looking at other people's spiritual gifts or typical things, and we miss our calling, but the evidence is obvious right there in front of you. Okay. So with that said, we're gonna get started with it. And again, the title is Finding Your Gift and Purpose. Okay. So, and let me start out by saying this: a lot of times, your spiritual gifts ties right into your physical gift that you're doing in the world. A lot of times they complement each other. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times they complement each other. It's a direct correlation. Okay. Shalom, Sister Stephanie. Good to see you in there. Shalom. Good to see you in there. So yeah. So I'll tell you about just me figuring out the direction I wanted to go. One of the things I did, I always, from a very young age, I always knew that I wanted to, that I like figuring things out, and I like getting to the bottom of things, and I like working with my hands. So I was a mechanic. I became a mechanic. What happened for many years is I fell into the rut that all black people are kind of pushed into. Of there was a brief second in my life where I tried to be a rapper, but I quickly saw that was in no way even remotely on my radar of talents. And then I tried sports and basketball for years, even recreationally playing basketball, but I really wasn't that good at it. I tried, but it didn't just flow. But where my talents and abilities did flow is in repairing things and figuring out what the problem is, why something's broke, figuring it out and fixing it, whether it be spiritually or physically. You know what I'm saying? Understanding how to get to the bottom of things. Yeah, you're hooking on Yasha Allah put Michael Israel is a natural born troubleshooter. Yeah. And that's what I'm good at troubleshooting stuff, getting to the bottom, thinking outside the box, thinking way outside the box sometimes, and seeing where the issue is in something. And just always being that way, even when it comes to fixing, because I'm an auto mechanic, and my job is an aircraft mechanic, and I'm, super I'm on another level when it comes to figuring things out. When it comes to computers, I can figure things out. Do highly technical things with computers. Think outside the box. Do all types of stuff. Do what I'm doing now. You know, make a budget mobile live streaming setup so I could cover events, you know, and using technology. So that's where one of my skills is at. But also, I had to use that and use the Most High Yah's word to figure out what's going on with me, where my spiritual issues are. And after doing that, I was able to figure out why I struggled with relationships with women. That was something that I wondered about for years, tried to fix for years, and for many years tried to figure out spiritual problems. And for years I would ask, man, and I'm talking about all the way back in my early 20s. And then when I turned 27, 28, I consciously and purposefully embarked on a mission to get this thing figured out for real. I committed myself to it. And little did I know what the Most High was really doing was training me up to be a teacher on these types of topics. You know? So when it comes to figuring out your spiritual gifts, one of the main things you got to do is just look back at your life. Because a lot of times the Most High, his school, the way he teaches is he gives you the test first, then the lesson. Okay? And, you know, so one of the areas you need a good place to start is just looking back at your life. You know, I see a lot of people and they wonder, why did I go through all this? One of the sisters came on and I think I could see one of their spiritual callings and their purpose just because I met the sister in person, talked to her, my wife talked to her, and one of her spiritual gifts and callings was kind of obvious to me when I met her. And I'm not sure completely. I'd have to discern her a little more and everything, but it looked like her calling was dealing with kids, you know, just right off the jump, you know, just from what I had seen from her. And one of the things I want to say is a lot of times people miss what their spiritual calling and their spiritual gift is because they're letting society's ideas and interpretation and understanding, they let that creep in and overshadow what their spiritual gift and calling is. Because what society puts value on, the Bible puts zero value on. It's the exact opposite. So a lot of people coming in thinking, oh, I gotta be, and let's talk about women. I see a lot of women come in thinking they gotta be some prophetess or some big spiritual leader to women and stuff like that. And they demean, this society looks down on little things like caring for kids, being able to just love kids and be around kids and show kids love and attention. Like I see a lot of women, their calling is just watching and being around kids and showing the kids love. A lot of women, their spiritual gift is taking care of a home, cooking, taking care of kids, sewing, making garments. There's a sister in our congregation where she walks in that. And y'all gonna see in the coming months, the questions are gonna be coming out, who made that? But this society is like, oh, that's the, you know, why would a woman want to do that? A woman should want to serve the nation that holds them captive. That is a proud thing. And I'm not saying it isn't. some women, their calling is to get education and to get educated and to run businesses and stuff like that. I see women, absolutely, that's their calling. But there's the bulk of our women where their calling is family, is nation, is caring for our nation's children, is caring for the men and being a helper towards the nations in this in our towards the families, supporting the families in this nation. Because when you look at where the hugest void lies at, it's, you look at food. The food is poison out here. They're poisoning us. They're putting, I was studying because my daughter has type 1 diabetes. So when that happened, me and my wife studied up on what those causes. We studied up on a lot of these diseases that our people come down with, and it's food. It's microtoxins in the food. One of the main ways they're killing us is through food. So for our women to embrace cooking and natural cooking and supporting their family is like huge. You look at obesity and other types of diseases and that we have is because of the food. We were just talking yesterday, farming, planting. We were talking about one of the things that these and I'm getting off the topic a little bit, but you're going to see why it's on topic. One of the big areas that we need as a nation is our own food. We realize as our little congregation, just each family, the land we own, we're in little subdivisions. We own enough to have a little, 40-foot or 20-foot by 10-foot garden, everybody. But you put that together and we got a big chunk of land. So you get each weekend or every other weekend, we come together as a congregation and take care of somebody, plant each person's land. And then harvest each person's land. That's a lot of food. When you come together and work as a congregation. So, and people, so what I'm saying is, don't shortchange yourself. Don't let them brainwash you into thinking, oh, I feel like my spiritual calling is childcare and loving the children of our nation. And with the women of this world who've been brainwashed by this society, they're like, girl, you gotta get your education and get you a career and be an independent, whatever the heck, And when a lot of times that is not spiritually fulfilling. And a lot of women feel unfulfilled because, you know what I'm saying? So we got to be willing to consider that. One of the sisters, Sister Bedadiah, put, have I ever considered being a pilot? Yeah, when I was in the military, I absolutely was going to pursue, I wanted to be a pilot, a fighter pilot. But I'm going to be honest, looking back, I see where the Most High put and engineering and stuff like that, because I got one of those types of minds. But the Most High put these solid roadblocks right in my way to make that, because I would try to go in these certain directions. And now looking back, because I know now I can see where the Most High is guiding me. Now I've learned to see where he's, how to follow the direction that the Spirit is leading me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain directions where no matter how hard you try, you can't get through that roadblock or whatever, that barrier. But then what I began to see when I'm walking in this calling, the doors are wide open. I don't even have to ask the door to open. It just opens. It's wide open. And I ask for something in his name, according to his will, and it's just happens. The door is naturally open, and I just go right through them. So it's a real thing, man. That's another sign of walking in your calling. All right. Shalom, Pastor Johnson. Good to see you on there. I definitely got to get you on the show to talk about the upcoming event. It's good to see you in there. If y'all are on YouTube, Pastor Johnson is the OC. He's in the truth. He's hosting the event in Fort Lauderdale that we're all going to be attending at the end of the month with Ron Dalton doing his movie showing. Definitely a OC that I look forward to building with. And you'll be seeing a lot more of him on the show, and we're going to be doing a lot of things because he's right here in Florida, so we're going to definitely be building together and doing a lot of big things. Okay, so Daughter of Zion, she wrote, I've been working with women stuck in domestic violence relationships, which I myself experienced many years ago. I was so weak at one time, I never thought that this could be my calling. Exactly. And that's what I used to ask. I was like, Lord, why the heck am I still single? I see other people meeting people and getting in relationships. You know, why am I 27 and I haven't been in a meaningful relationship? You know, why have I been studying all this stuff, trying to figure out where I'm off at for years, studying all types of stuff? Eventually led me back to the Word. But it turns out all that stuff I studied, and it was outside the Bible. It was psychological stuff. It was other spiritual stuff. It was all this other crap I studied. And then, and relationship stuff I studied. Then I finally got into the Word for real. And learned who I was as far as the, learned who I was as far as being the people of the book and everything like that. And then it led me back into this. And now I'm where I'm at, to where I can read these verses in the Bible about relationships and stuff like that and have a complete, deep understanding of it that I've experienced and internalized. And so now I see why I went down a lot of dead-end streets, dead-end roads, or roads that I thought were dead ends. I went all the way down here and learned all this stuff only to turn around and come back. And it's like, oh, that wasn't a dead end. That was a class. That was a lesson. You know, that was the Most High teaching me a certain aspect of what I need for a certain time as this. And now, fast forward, you know, spiritual combat and all the stuff I do now makes perfect sense. You know, I understand it now. Okay. So yeah, man, that's a good thing. Let's see. So yeah, exactly what Sis Daughter of Zion said. And a lot of people, I see they call it. I talk to people for a while. I'm like, dang, this dude's calling. One of my ops, I see him in there. I quickly saw his calling in certain topics, you know, where he got a deep understanding where they could speak on certain topics. You know, a lot of times it's pretty quick and easy for me to discern people's callings just through questioning and asking them, you know. But what you got to do is look at the journey in your life, you know, and don't let, a lot of times people are like sheep, you know, in certain areas where, you know, their spiritual calling, they want to make it, they want to mimic other people's, you know, but you got to look at your life and not look through it through the lens of other people's spiritual callings, because yours might be totally different. You also got to look at where the huge voids are at in the Hebrew Israelite community. And I'm telling you, in the Hebrew Israelite community, where the huge void is at, is in and I'm just telling you among the women, is child care, okay, is food, okay? These other nations are poisoning us with this food. And a lot of the women are like, oh no, I'm called to be a prophetess. I'm called to teach and all that. When that is not where the void or need is at. When I did the Orlando Shabbat, okay. All right, yeah, when I did the Shabbat in Orlando, what we did, okay, that was Ron. He texted me. I guess he's not watching live, Ron Dalton. He was talking about the event down there in but anyway, when I did the Orlando Shabbat, what I did is because I'm not gonna sit I'm not gonna go in all that, but when I did the Orlando Shabbat, I took the mic and I handed each person, I said, hey, let me I'm gonna go around the room, you tell us your purpose, you know, and where you're from, so that everybody can know, hey, we got this type of person. But there was one of the people were like, they said they didn't know what their spiritual gift was, and I know the person, and a lot of people don't, this society has brainwashed us into thinking that being a mother and taking care of home isn't a spiritual gift. They've actually taught people to look down upon that's a low thing. That for a woman to be able to have children and be fruitful and multiply and have many children and support that family and take care of them isn't a spiritual gift for a woman. And I'm telling you, that is the most valuable spiritual gift that a woman can have. Caring for our children is one of the most powerful, needed, most valued spiritual gifts in this world. Okay? Not feeding and nourishing and healing our nation, because that's what food does. Food heals us. Food nourishes us. It stops disease. When you properly feed our people, is the most powerful thing in the world. As a nation, we are plagued by disease, and they're poisoning us through food. It's been documented. You can't get around it. And what do? You almost can't tell a woman, hey, you need to be in the kitchen cooking. Like, that's how you gonna say that? That's the most valued thing, highly coveted gift among our women in our nation. We need that. There's that's where the hugest void is at. That's why our kids are getting sick, because of what they're ingesting and taking in. So to be able to naturally heal our men and women and all that, it's big, it's huge. Okay? If Sister Koya has time today, she's going to be doing a show. I'm going to bring her on and interview her about this food. Because Sister Koya is sitting on a huge encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to food and what to eat and how it works and what it does for you. And certain foods, how the healing properties. It's how they're killing us right now. You know, you can heal, all these diseases can be healed through proper food, you know. But we've been conditioned and taught to look down on that. And we've been taught and conditioned that a good thing for a woman to do is get educated and contribute to another nation, the nation that we are captive under. If you support them and support their thing, you're on your purpose. And it couldn't be further from the truth. The most valued sisters are those sisters that can help educate and love our children. The elephant in the room that spiritual combat be banging on is rape and molestation in the black community. What do we need? We need loving women who we can safely trust in to have our kids around. It's a heavy thing. A lot of y'all women don't realize. That's why I'm going to get Sister Koya on here later on. A lot of y'all women do not realize that your calling are these kids. A lot of y'all women don't realize that your calling is food, is cooking, is nourishing our nation with recipes and stuff like that. That is huge. That, I'm telling you, a lot of y'all, and I want to go back to what that sister said. She's like, I've really been searching for my calling, and I got kids. And the sister got like 4 or 5 kids. She gonna kick me in my head next time she see me. But she has 4 or 5 kids. I think they have 5 kids. She cares for that family. She homeschools the kids. She cooks. She does it all. She's like, I've really been trying to work with this, but I haven't figured it out. But I've been working on it. I talked with my husband about it. Well, when the mic came around to her husband, he said, he went in and said, I'm going to tell y'all, my ish said that she didn't know what her calling was, but I'm going to tell you, boom, she's a brilliant wife. She supports his family. She educates the kids. She cooks. She cooks healthy meals. She loves the kids. She disciplined. Boom, 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 boom. He's like, this woman is the model. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing I could say for Sister Koya. When it comes to her level of understanding, when it comes to this food and her being willing to search and figure out, hey, I'm not feeling good. How can I heal this with food and not medicine? Koya done figured it out. Like, she be driven on it too. And she's figured out some heavy things. And I'm going to get her on here and just give her a hard interview and ask her questions. Don't sell yourself short, sisters. Don't overlook the obvious. The Most High made you to design you to raise kids, to have a family. That's not a bad thing like this society tries to make you think. A lot of our women are depressed because they're not walking in their natural calling. A lot of women would not be depressed if they became Hebrew babysitters. Like, a lot of depression would just leave our sisters if they just quit their corporate job, leave that money on the shelf, and open up a babysitting service and watch the kids. That depression would just leave with the laughter and joy of watching kids or just cooking meals for people. It's simple. I'm telling you, this thing is straightforward, but we've been brainwashed. And I'm not saying it's a sin to get educated, because I've met sisters that they absolutely are walking in their calling, getting their education and doing corporate jobs and bringing in money to the nation. But there's also, but what I would say is the bulk of our women are designed to be walking in their natural calling. That's more the norm. But we've willed ourselves into this unhealthy, unnatural calling that really isn't our real calling. Okay? So I'm just keeping on 100 there. Let me see what y'all are talking about here in the comments. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, it says I've been working. Okay. So glad you are addressing. And like I said, if y'all want counseling on, hey, I'm trying to figure out what my spiritual gift might be, yeah, we could do that. Hit me up. You see the email address right there. I check it every day. So glad you are addressing this. Yes, he called me to eat organic vegan because of them poisoning us and starting a family farm. Exactly. And Sister Alyssa, y'all need to understand this. He didn't just give you this. That's why I be telling Koya. He didn't give y'all, bless y'all with this knowledge and information to sit on it and just do it off to the side. Y'all come on Spiritual Combat and bring this stuff out. I tell a lot of y'all sisters, if you know how to cook, there's a ton of money to be made in that. You could cook a big pot of food and sell them plates and make a ton of money. Sister Koya's, her mother, my mother-in-law, she does that and make a ton of money doing that. And I'll pay, brothers and sisters will pay top dollar for that because they know there's healing. You like Sister Koya, she putting curcumin and different seasonings that have healing properties in the food. She making tea that I drank some tea she made the other night, and I woke up feeling like I had slept for like 10 hours and like rejuvenated. Like she been studying. Get on this show and get the word out. Form a business doing that. If you want to make money in this great awakening, like you're hooking on Yasha Allah say, if you form a business geared to this awakening, you're gonna make money. The Most High is gonna bless it. Sister, y'all women need to be selling plates. Sell food, sell pots of food. I'll pay $40, $50 for a pot of food that I can eat off of all week rather than go to these nasty restaurants and get poisoned. There's a huge market for that. Y'all don't know, man. I'm trying to push Sister Koya on it because there's huge money to be made doing that. You sell a pot of food and it got healing properties in it. Are you kidding? And like I said, I'm going to get Koya on here and I'm going to just ask her questions. Because one of the things is she feels like she has to write a whole show out. But I'm going to just get her on here and just ask her questions about herself. And she's going to answer them. Because let me say this. A lot of women take it for granted. Like a lot of women take for granted what their skills are. They don't realize that they're talented and that they're on a whole nother level. Like Koya juggles work, family. She cares for her kids. She has a child with type 1 diabetes. She runs a business. She juggles all that and still takes time to relax and enjoy herself. And a lot of women are like, don't think that they're talented. Man, ain't nobody doing that. A lot of women ain't doing things like that. They not busy. All right, let's see. Sister Sanawa, make sure. Okay, wait. My mother and I started a catering company. We'll be listing on the Brew Link. Yeah, and let me show y'all this. If you do have a business, because I was getting ready to tell you to do that too, sis. And like I said, Sister Sanawa, if y'all want to come on and talk about your catering company, just send me an email. Let me know. We'll get y'all on it. If you got your business, get on here. This is the Brew Link. It's a directory. It got all these different categories, and I'll add any that y'all want me to add. Get on here. You can discuss your business. Look like this, brother. People are constantly registering on here, but get your business on here. You know, get registered. Get the word out about what you're doing in the Hebrew community. I'm learning a lot. These are videos of people doing things. This brother got boots. All types of stuff. Get on here. Videos. You see Judah Mack put a music video up there. All types of things, man. That's good. That brothers services that we got our own economics. Already, you don't need to go to these other nations to buy wine. You know, you got Katrina Kitchen. Okay? You don't need to go to these other nations for food. We got our own economics out here already. Okay? So we need to capitalize on that. All right? We got events. We got everything. Soap, skincare. This brother, he didn't fill everything out. Well, he did. Personal trainers. We got it all in our community. We just got to know where it's at. And that's why I formed this, so you can know where it's at. So if you got a business, get on there, get it listed. All types of services. But going back to what I said, when you're trying to figure out your gift and your purpose, be basic. Don't be thinking of some grandiose, woo, big thing. Be basic. Be basic. Be basic with it. You know what I'm saying? Be basic with what you think the gift might be. All right. Let me see what else y'all saying. That's what the Most High placed on my heart. I'm an educator, okay? So I'm moving to open a home school for Hebrew parents who can't. Exactly. Sister Medina messaged me in the email because I got some things that might be able to support you on what you're talking about, all right? Yeah, that homeschooling, that's a big thing. That's why I be tripping. Like, all these women are running to, they think they want to try to be ministers. The thing that's destroying our kids is we got to send them to schools. All of our kids, we got to send them to these schools. And I'm telling you, with Madison and Samantha, we do more unwiring of bad crap that they come home with from them schools than teaching. It's like we spend more time pulling all this crap they put in their heads at the school, and they can't even teach the kids how to do math. They got some stupid way of teaching them how to do math. So they're not, but they spend, it's like that school spends 75% of their time telling them, oh, the pilgrims came here for Thanksgiving. Oh, Valentine's Day. Here's more candy, feeding them crap at school. So they spend more time poisoning them and maybe 10% of the time actually teaching them something that matters. And that's why I get frustrated when I think our sisters got to come together so we can educate our kids. It's doable, you know? So yeah, that's definitely a thing we're going to be able to do. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Sister Sarah said, I would love to have a brew sitter. Exactly. You want somebody, you know, you don't want to just leave your kids with any damn body, because people is crazy. So you want to make sure you're dealing with people got their minds right. You know, I'm not, you know, and I ain't gonna go into all that, but I'm not leaving my kid around no man. Like, maybe in some rare case, a man might feel called to be a babysitter, but I'm going to be very apprehensive about leaving my child around a dude. Because you see what I'm saying? All right. All right, I'm trying to keep up with these comments. But yeah, y'all definitely get on the brew link. Let me put it back up there. Get on there, register, so that I can see what's out there and I can bring attention to different businesses, people really doing stuff that's applicable to pushing this Hebrew Israelite thing, our nation, forward. You know, that's really contributing to the nation. You know, I'm not pushing. All right, I ain't gonna get into that. All right, I'm gonna just keep it 100 with y'all. All right, let's see. Let me keep up with these comments. All right, yes, he called. So, organic. This is great, Brother Michael, that your platform is addressing our ministries we need in this community. Absolutely, man. Building this nation, Pastor Johnson. Yes, our sisters have a gift of cooking. They do. Boy, you throw them sisters anything and they could season it up. Like, let me tell you about Sister Corey. Like, what I do is I go in there and she got all this different stuff and I be like, okay, this is healthy, and this is healthy. I put it in a drink and I drink it and I almost throw up. And it's like, but I gotta drink it. It's like drinking bad medicine. Sister Corey, she'll get in there, she'll throw it all together. It'd be healthy and it tastes like Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? She good. And that is women's spiritual calling. Like, that's a spiritual gift. But a lot of women take it for granted that they could cook good. A lot of women take it for granted that, like, I can't be around a room of kids without damn near going crazy after a while. Like, I can only sit in there with them running around acting crazy for so long before I be like, sit down. You know what I'm saying? I watch women, this sister carrying around one child, cooking a meal that's going to be amazing, and sitting there caring for another child, keeping the whole thing in order. That is talent. Y'all take that for granted. Dudes can't do it. Like, I can't do that. Like, everything got to be regimented and in order. I know it's a talent. I can't cook, and my ADD will not let me multitask like that. Like, I'd lose my mind with sensory overload. I'd be like, all right, let me go lock myself. Let me go out in the garage and organize my tools and make sure my garage is open, because this is too much. But women, I'm just being 100. Really? And when you get sucked into this culture and the silliness of this Greco-Roman beast society, they demean that. They act like you ain't doing nothing if you're doing that. You are more talented than these women who are out there saying, well, I'm a prophetess and I'm called to lead. And they're not, and some women are, but they're not telling you this. They're not encouraging you. There's a lot. There's a lot out. There's a lot, All praises, Sister Alyssa. I'm glad it's confirmation, because I'm telling you, man, don't take your gift for granted. Don't overlook it because they're deceiving you out here. I talk about Koya when our kids were babies and they start crying, and I'd be like, what the heck? If the pacifier didn't fix it, I was completely clueless. She'd be like, oh no, she tired. Oh no, her diaper dirty. Oh no, she hungry. I'm like, well, how the heck did you know that? And it's because the Most High done gifted them in that thing. So understand that, man. And like I said, if y'all need counseling on what your gift is, definitely holler at me. All right, the email's there. All right, let's see. Without the woman or community is lost. That is why, man, Johnson, that's so on point. Without the women, the community's lost. It is. That's so 100. Okay? I mean, it's facts. That is facts. Okay? And that is why our community is so broken. That's why the Hebrew Israelite community is still a mess. One of the main ways I talk about rape and molestation in the black community, I talk about abortion in the black community. A lot of our sisters feel like there's no options because, hey, how am I going to take care of this child? Well, if we operate as a community, if we're congregating and fellowshipping as a community, we're having our Shabbats together, and we know all these brothers and sisters, we should be able to, hey, okay, boom, we keeping our money. Hey, I can pay you money. You're going to watch the kids. I know you cook good. You're going to nourish and make our kids healthier. And boom, this thing ain't complicated. What the issue is that Babylonian that Babylonian religion known as Christianity creeps in, and it waters everything down. Okay? It waters everything down. And I'm not saying, Brother Byron say he's a male homemaker. I'm not saying that, that's an issue or whatever, that's a bad thing. It's just because sometimes that's the way it is. Sometimes the woman, the way it's set up, the woman is bringing the money in and the man has to be the one home and everything like that. So there's situations like that. But I'm telling you what what the norm is, what's more common, what I see all the time. Okay, so yeah, you know what I'm saying. And Jacob C said, yeah, he said, that's real. We truly need our sisters more than they know and more than we realize. And I'm telling you, it's a deception of the enemy, brainwashing them into thinking that they role is just something that's whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the enemy. I'm going to beat this drum harder because you got a lot of women that are idle and really not doing anything, and they don't realize what that does to their mind when their calling is lying right there in front of them. I mean, you look down at them breasts, look at your body, look at the way you design, and your purpose is right there in front of you. It's right in front of you. You're more sensitive. Your taste buds, your sense of smell is more sensitive. That's why y'all make that food so damn good. You got heightened senses. You're more sensitive. And that's not bad. I know dudes be trying to clown, yeah, she too emotional, she too sensitive. But he designed them that way so that they could be sensitive to the needs of their family. All right. Shalom, Brother Michael. We had an awesome turnout in Orlando. Thank you for coming down and getting us introduced to one another. Be blessed. All right, so what Sister Koya was telling me, because she watched y'all's video, Brother Bobby, they did a video of the Shabbat they had yesterday, because when I went down there, my only reason, I wasn't trying to raise up spiritual combat Orlando. You know, I wasn't trying to do that. I just wanted them brothers to come together in fellowship, and so that they would be able to get to know each other. So by the end of that Shabbat that I had, they were already planning out the Shabbat they had yesterday. They were planning that out at the end of the Shabbat we had down there. They got a video going around on Facebook, and it multiplied threefold. Like the Shabbat they had yesterday was bigger, 3 times bigger than the one I had. And all praises, because that was the mission, the spiritual combat mission that I chose to accept. That was a mission Orlando, you know, complied with. But all praises. I'm glad, man. Koya showed me the video and the turnout, and man, it was amazing. Yeah, all praises. All right. It says, confirmation for me. My desire has been to help our community with diet and nutrition by educating the food is medicine. This is whole and natural foods. Sister Tracy, email me, come on the show, form a business so we can bring attention. We want you on here. We're pushing that. Hit me up. We definitely want to support you on that. All right? Because we need that. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for where y'all has you. Yeah, and they will. You get around some of these worldly women, or these women who say they're in the truth, but they really love this other nation. They'll say, well, sister, you know, you gotta be independent and whatever the hell they say, and they try to demean you wanting to have kids and have a family and raise kids and do the natural calling. That's Satan. So we got you, man. We supporting our sisters who want to operate in their natural roles. Spiritual Combat got you. The Brew Link got you. Get on there, get registered, hit me up, and we're going to push it. That's what I want to push. Because that is going to build this nation. And you can't build a nation on a bunch of sick, poison people who eating toxic food. You know, you already know it don't work. She said, this is edifying. I also have 4 kids and homeschool them. I used to be a teacher, but he called me out of that mess. This is what I'm talking about. these sisters like this are the ones that I truly look up to, that the Most High is truly dealing with. These are the sisters that we gotta encourage and push forward. They're carrying the weight of our nation. These types of women, the ones that are homeschooling, that are cooking, that are raising 4 kids, that are and trying to feed them healthy. I look up to them way higher than somebody who, oh, well, I'm a prophetess, or I'm called to teach, or, oh yeah, I'm a corporate woman. This is heavy. These are the women that our nation needs. These are the women I'm going to be pushing forward and encouraging. All right? And I'm not saying it's evil to have a desire to become an educated woman, because we need them too. You look at the Proverbs 31 woman, she did business. She was a businesswoman also. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but a lot of women are pushed in that direction when the majority of women aren't called to that. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. All right. So Pastor Johnson, all right. Exactly. So Pastor Johnson said, brother, I help with all of that, and it is just the right thing to do when both financial are contributors. Yeah, exactly. I used to, okay. Yes, especially not in this day and age. Child sacrificing, pedophiles, abuse. Yeah, you see all these children coming up missing. That's, again, because a lot of times you got parents, they so busy working, doing in this slavery that they're in, and the stupid hours they give them. They give them these retarded hours that don't work with the school, and a lot of times the kids are on their own and they're getting picked off left and right. That's what I'm saying. The women who are blessed to watch kids and all that, we need that in the community bad. It's imperative that we get this thing going. All right. So another sister said, to be a writer, I don't take much for someone to knock out the wind out you. Oh yeah, it doesn't take much. Yeah. So you got to kind of watch before you put out what you think your gift is, or what you know your gift to be. You got to watch who you mention your gift to. Yeah. Because a lot of people is brainwashed by this Greco-Roman beast system, by this society. They don't even realize they brainwashed. And you'll say, well, I feel called to watch children and to cook food and support families and stuff, and they'll kill your calling, because they got Satan in them, and they don't even realize that they've been deceived by this nation. When the biggest need of our nation, who cares about their nation? The biggest need for our nation is they're poisoning us with food, and they're kidnapping and killing our kids and poisoning our kids mentally through their public food system. I'm telling you, that's the biggest need, man, is our sister stepping up on that level. Exactly. So Sister Koya in there, yes, it was beautiful. So glad. Okay, she's talking about what I was saying earlier about that Orlando Shabbat. And Orlando Shabbat, you know, the Most High, all praises to the Most High, because it was a fun vacation for me too. I ain't gonna act like I was down there suffering. He made it a pleasure to labor and put his work in. You know, we went down there, enjoyed Orlando. We rented that big house, and all the family stayed in one house and fellowship, chopped it up, ate good food, you know, and then we went out and hung out. You know, the next day we hung out in Orlando. You know, there's plenty to do out there for the kids and everything. And it was truly fellowshipping. And when we fellowship yesterday, we were just talking about how after the Orlando thing, we felt closer to each other as a family, because look, we done stayed up under the same roof, we done hung out, we done did things. We're trying to walk it out in spirit and in truth. We're not doing no organization, serving no organization. We trying to build a family that we can all count on. We're not doing this silly Catholic church crap where we trying to set up some structure and it's Lord Michael Israel, Lord Michael Israel, Master Israel, serve him. And this ain't me. We trying to come together as a family. We want, we're going to have some direction. We're going to have some brothers that make sure we adhering to Torah and going in that right direction. Outside of that, we trying to be family. And we were just talking about that our last Shabbat, how we felt closer to each other because, look, we done fellowship truly according to the way the Bible says to fellowship. We didn't just come together, sing some songs, and then, no, we got to know each other. We're getting to feel each other out, see how each other's think. Boom, 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 boom. We trying to apply Torah in a practical way. How do we deal with this problem according to the way the Bible says to do it? That's book. It ain't this Catholic thing, this Christian thing where, okay, we sit up, we watch Mike dictate to us, and then that's it. No, that ain't in there. That's not in the book. That's not biblical. You look at what they did, they came together. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I went off on a rant. Exactly. Sister Monica put the closeness is truly there. It's very natural and fluid. And it is. And we want to encourage that in Orlando. And we got confirmation because the Shabbat they had a Shabbat out at a park. And go watch that video. It's floating around on Facebook. That spirit of family it looked like we spread that there too. All praises. I'm glad it went the way it did. All right, we need, 12 Tribes Worldwide posted, how can we have unity when some are still under the order of Aaron and some are under the order of Melchizedek? Well, 12 Tribes Worldwide, you're putting the cart before the horse, because I'm going to tell you this. People got to get their minds right first. You can't even begin to talk doctrine with somebody who doesn't know how to talk. So you got to make sure people have their mind and biblically aligned, that they've cleaned the inside of the cup first. Because you got a lot of people who got a heavy understanding of the whole book, but character-wise, they don't know how to interact with people. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even have a fruitful, meaningful discussion if people don't got their emotions properly aligned. People want to dive in all this deep technical stuff when they don't have basic character, basic interaction skills, basic social skills that are in the book of Proverbs that my 7 and 10 year olds can understand. I watch a lot of brothers, they're not even walking Proverbs out. They don't even know how to deal with somebody else on a social level. So how can you have a doctrinal discussion with somebody like that? So that's the first thing that needs to be established. Do we have basic soul? Just like Christ said, first clean the inside of the cup, then clean the outside. Okay? So, all right. All right, let's see. All right, so let's continue on. I just can't get over how y'all is using, well, I appreciate it, sis. I was feeling like I needed to do more because Babylon will have us believing that being a stay-at-home mom isn't enough. Nah, sister, it's more than stay-at-home moms and homeschooling, and us working on getting starting a school is huge, man. We need it badly. Like we need this, and it's coming. But we need it. It's one of the biggest needs. That's what I'm saying. People want to these people they'll sit here. They want to debate all this intricate doctrine and all this crap, and the basic stuff that's obvious, that's right in front of their face. They not worrying about that. That's a mess. And that's why, like spiritual combat, man, we cutting all the bull crap out. We shaking heavy and moving hard and going straight down the middle on what counts. We ain't dealing with no silliness. We about that action. We ain't about talking about a bunch of junk. All right, I just yeah. But I'm all right, let's see. Who do you think Shaul and Peter was doing? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Your families, all right, I appreciate that. I was just going to suggest the quickest way to get in touch with him is probably through, oh, okay. So y'all, okay. Just finishing reading. I agree 100%. As a single dad, it's nerve-wracking leaving your child with daycares not in the truth. Yeah, that's a painful thing, man. Sending them off to school and all that. Yeah. And that's why here on Spiritual Combat, now we got some stuff. We got some shows coming up where we're going to be teaching on some end time prophecy and some doctrinal stuff. But the bulk of it is basics. Because everybody talking, but ain't nobody taking no action. Everybody talking, but nobody's doing the works. And I'm telling you, some of these sisters on here, I already see it. I already see it. These sisters are on here doing more work than a lot of these brothers and a lot of these people teaching all this heavy doctrinal stuff and all this other junk. They're putting in the work. They're doing more kingdom work. If you're keeping your child out of this public fool system, you are doing a weighty matter. More than these people going all deep on all this doctrinal stuff and all that stuff. They ain't doing nothing. They just talking. They're talking about the instruction, but they ain't doing the instruction. All right, let's see. All right. Yeah, somebody was saying, yeah, they be coming home with all types of Greek thought and all this stuff, all this silliness, Halloween. That's what the brother posted in here. He on point, man. That's why I get tired of people just talking and not really doing anything. We need action, man. We need, and not just studying the books. Like, this is something we talked about this Shabbat. We had a lesson on applying Torah. So let's look at problems in our congregation or problems we might have with other people and see how to apply Torah to that problem. And like I said, we did that, man, and it was some heavy understanding that came out. You know what I'm saying? Not just walking, we tired. A lot of Israel's getting tired of the church model, of just a bunch of talking and knowledge and let's see who knows the deepest thing. Let's see who could do the basic thing. All right, let's see. Yeah, Sister Alyssa, definitely, you say he told you years ago you'd have a private school. Sister Alyssa, hit me up in the email about that, the private school thing, because we got something brewing. Pun intended. We got something brewing. Okay. It said, I'm teaching my 5-year-old by song. I've just been in the truth 4 months. All praises. That's good. And, you know, Sister Alyssa, just let us know what state you live in. We can see if there's might be a Hebrew congregation around you of balanced Hebrews who got a good balanced biblical understanding that we could refer you to. Okay? I was a makeup artist for years, and now I have all of this stuff, but not sure where to go from there. I've heard that it's witchcraft. You might go into natural makeups or something, or skincare or something. I'm not sure. You know, definitely, again, message us. You could chop it up with Sister Koya, you know, because you damn sure know I don't know nothing about makeup, but Koya does. So, Sister Deluxe, you could definitely chop it up with Sister Koya, and she might be able to give you directions in that area. So Sister Alyssa, she's over here on YouTube. She's from New Orleans, Louisiana. So you can fellowship with Jay Lutch. Jay Lutch is over there in New Orleans. That song I played here, I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm gonna try to. Here we go. Wait. Come on, computer. Don't do me like this. Okay. We trying. I get it though. All right. All right, there we go. So what you want to do is get in contact with Rebirth of a Nation. This brother right here, Moray J. Lutcher. And he's in New Orleans, and that's who I rock with. Like, I rock with Rebirth Hebrew Nation Building. I'm affiliated with them, and they got a lot of like-minded believers. So look for Jay Lutcher. What you want to do is go to this website here, and I'll show you. Hold on. Rebirth. It's all one word. rebirthofanation.info. You go to their website here, and you know, just go over here and get in contact with them. Or I could give you Jay Lutch's phone number. I'll reach out to him. So just email me, and I'll get you the information, or you can email them. If you want to talk to him directly, I'll holler at Jay Lutch and put you down with him. And that's a good congregation. They're solid. Like I know them personally. So so you could fellowship with them. I'm gonna be down there in New Orleans in April for the Passover. If you're not registered to go into the Passover, you're not gonna be able to come in. But if you want to meet up and holler at me in person, I'll be around. You know. So Sister Koya will be around. We'll be out there. So definitely look into that. All right. Sister Alyssa. All right. Let's see if anybody else put anything out there. Okay. So Alyssa, somebody find me on Facebook, Alyssa Russell Miles, and message me. Shamaria. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Portland. Dwayne Harris does one in Portland now. So if you're in Portland, Rebirth is out there also. If somebody asks, I'm trying to keep up with the comments. They're coming in pretty quick. Okay, so let me see. All right. So anyway, with that said, let me see. If we can't homeschool, then must teach truth to them before and after. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, a lot of times your spiritual gift is right there in front of you. Okay, somebody put Shalom, Shalom, bro. Do you happen to know anywhere to fellowship in Dothan, Alabama? So it's in Alabama, Dothan, Alabama, Dothan. What city is that near? What's the nearest city? Yeah, just let me know what city. Let me know what city that is in Alabama. What city it's near. I know there's a sister who watches on here all the time, who is who's from. There's two sisters who are from Alabama, and I know a brother from Alabama. I think Greenville, Alabama, or something. I don't know. So just let me know on that. So yeah, there's a lot. We're gonna link y'all up. We're gonna do a show linking everybody up. Yeah, so nowhere I could fellowship in Central PA. I know a brother in Philly. I know a congregation in Philly. They're an affiliate of the Ark of Yoshiyahu's organization. So you could probably reach out to Yoshiyahu, and yeah. So that so it's near, but I think close to Montgomery, Alabama. So yeah, like I said, I have to see. People have to post in here to figure out that. Sister Brenda R on YouTube. Yeah, if you're in Philadelphia, if you're in Pennsylvania, I know a group in Philadelphia. They meet in the city, and they are affiliated with Yoshiyahu. Okay, that you could chop it up with. And I've met them personally. Cleveland, we're in Cleveland. It would be great to fellowship with others. And like I said, some of y'all, I'm gonna be coming. Like I know I'm gonna be going to Boston probably in the summer. And some of these, if I could get the funds raised and be able to come out there, I come to certain areas just to bring all the people out, and I'll work something out with some of the other Hebrew leaders, just to be able to draw a crowd, bring a bunch of Hebrews out so y'all can fellowship. Okay? So I got to figure out how I'm going to do it, because it takes money, coming out there. So I'll raise the money or do something. Hold on. Stream with errors. Look like we got a streaming error. Let's see what the issue is. Destiny. Y'all let me know if it's hanging up. But yeah, that's one of my main, like what I've done, what I'm doing is I've looked at the Hebrew community, and I see what a lot of the issues are, and one of the big issue is isolation. A lot of people feel isolated, so encouraging people congregating, but also teaching people how to be careful who you congregate with, because there's a lot of people who need to get their minds right. And also on top of that, focusing on the basics, focusing on the main stuff that we need, not trying to replicate Catholicism, which is Christianity. I'm not trying to replicate that model where I'm trying to get a building, some big building that we can meet in, and all that silliness, and you giving me all this money so I can have this big old building, and shake y'all down for even more money because y'all are impressed by the building. And at the end of the day, I'm just sucking money out of the community. If I do something and I require money for it, it's gonna be blatantly obvious why I need it. Like if I go up to Boston or I'm going to some of these places, which Alabama is one I might go to also. But if I'm doing this, I want to do it for, it's going to be obvious. Oh, he obviously needs money to come out here, and it's going to benefit us, just like Orlando. We did the thing in Orlando, and now it multiplied threefold the work we put in. All praises, you know. And I'd like to do that in other places. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun going to Boston, you know what I'm saying? And going up there, seeing Boston, socializing with everybody, fellowshipping, chopping it up, and doing all that, you know? But on the same note, it's going to be very fruitful also. Because I get a lot of people, a couple people from Boston reaching out like, man, I feel so isolated. And I'm sitting here like, I know you ain't isolated in Boston. Like, because there's a lot of people there. So let's see if we can bring, same thing with Orlando. I know that Orlando is way bigger than Jacksonville. So I know if I do something to pull the people out the woodwork in Orlando, I know it's going to be fruitful. So absolutely, man. So that's going to be the mission. Just, you know, we'll be on it. We're going to make this thing happen. You know, I want to start with the most isolated places, though, and see what I could do to bring the folks out. So we're going to do that. All right. Still praying for my husband's family and mine to come out of the churches and into the truth. Yeah. That's a heavy stronghold, too, that Christian church, man. And what you find is when you really get into this word, you find that Christian church is designed to keep us divided and keep us up under supporting that system. So there you go. Somebody reached out to Karen Foxworth and said, I am interested in a Central PA fellowship. Shalom, sis. I'm in Eastern Wyoming. I plan to attend the assembly in Portland once this snow clears. I've been in contact with Sister Myra. So good, man. So exactly, man. Folks is chopping it up, mixing it up. So Badadai said she lives in Orlando. Outstanding. It's very isolated here in Lansing, Michigan. Okay, Sister Veronica, let me tell you this, because your answer is, look right on here. I put it on the screen so you can see it. Your answer is right here on the Brew link, because Michigan and the surrounding areas after this event that Ron Dalton is putting on, it's the Great Awakening Hebrews to Negroes Mega Conference. After this event, you will be isolated no more. You won't be isolated anymore, because a lot of Hebrews from your area are going to be coming out, and I'm going to make sure we do something where everybody says where they're from so you can find Hebrew groups, because there's a lot of Hebrew Israelite groups in Michigan, okay? So we can fix that pretty quick, okay? So, yeah, we're going to definitely link people up, all right? Lansing, Michigan, all praise. All right, so let's see. So, yeah, you know. But anyway, y'all, with that said, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to take it out with that new song from Jay Lutch, because it's fire, and I definitely, what I could do is I'll reach out to Jay Lutch and get him on the show so he could talk about their Rebirth ministry, so y'all have somewhere y'all could go and fellowship. Because, yeah, it sucks being isolated, and that's where Satan can, he can have the most, you know, influence on you when you're isolated, and we want to do away with that because we see the bad results of that. But anyway, what we're going to do is take it out with this new song from Jay Lutch, It's called Righteous. Appreciate y'all tuning in to Spiritual Combat. Shalom, y'all.
Oh, it's time. Okay. Yo, slow down, could never catch up with a fast mouth. Where you're humble on the sleeve and it'll pass down. Into rebellion when them holes open in the ground. There's just some things I don't never want to find out. So back, 50 feet, I'll never be around. Juggling foolishness, I used to try and be a clown. Rapping love for my brother's best gift in town. Shout out the mainframe for teaching us what it's about. Big Mo, Nate Line in the building now. We built a funeral to tell the old man out. Give a shout, raise your hand, stomp it out. Whatever make it better, that's the mission that I'm on. Truly righteous living, carve a path to the throne. Ruach in my members, put a fire in my bones. Spirit in my house, put me in a zone. Run a marathon till we get home.
No more in fighting, it's just time to grow.
Let's go.
I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.
Our brother supposed to feel when you beat him up. Stepping on him, make him feel inferior. Enough breaking down, it's time for the lifting up. Purpose of the book is working on interior. Return of the people, put it on the video. Pray and prophesy, we do it on the really though. There's a bunch of people scared, we serving Yado. They can't understand, they took it for Diablo. We do it L's way, ain't talking about no Bronco. Because of that, he got us covered like a poncho. Hallelujah, praise Yah when I ride slow. I'm just making music for the people on the humble. We remember Saul, y'all pause on this whole view. Just like that, cause seen the evil to control you. Either let them mold you or y'all might expose you. Fuse and implode cause you never killed the old.
No more in fighting, it's just time to grow. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.
I'm doing all that I can to be the best man. No hate, carry love for the brethren. Hope the crown is on our head once the race is ran. Into royalty and rule in a distant land. I'm a Shiach, I'm a follow, I'm a big fan. It's us from Rebirth, please say hello to Dad. I'm gonna repent every time life gives the chance. When you coming back,
no more in fighting. It's just time to grow.
Let's go, fam.
I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous. Walking down that road. I really wanna know. I really wanna show that we live righteous.